Dallas, the 9th largest city in the United States, is nationally recognized for its vibrant and growing cultural scene. It is home to world-class museums, avant-garde theater, traditional and cutting-edge dance companies, a celebrated public art collection, diverse community festivals, historic architecture, and a world of classical and contemporary music. The arts are a vital part of the quality of life that make Dallas such a great place to live, work, and play. Dallas's arts and cultural community really has something for everyone. More than 200 innovative and diverse arts and cultural organizations produce over 30,000 quality cultural events each year, and Dallas culture scene will take you on a tour of it all. Today we're going to learn about an artistic institution inspired by the works of William Shakespeare. We'll also meet a Dallas-based artist whose colorful works beautify the local landscape and has changed the face of one local community. And finally, we'll hear the high-energy sounds of a local band that is garnering national headlines and bringing it back home to Dallas for locals to enjoy. So sit back and get ready, because here we go. Shakespeare Dallas was founded in Dallas in 1971 by Robert Bob Glenn and inspired by the democratic spirit of New York's Shakespeare Festival. Raphael Perry is the executive and artistic director.
Shakespeare Dallas was started in 1971 by a gentleman named Bob Glenn. We were founded as a company that would produce outdoor Shakespeare. Bob had seen some of the work that was being done in New York at the New York Shakespeare Festival and wanted to bring it to Dallas. So he started with a one-man production of Hamlet that he got a few small investors to help him raise some money. He produced that first evening of solo production of Hamlet. Then he was able to start producing down at the band shell at Fair Park, and we were there at the band shell at Fair Park till 1989, at which time they built a large outdoor concert stage at Fair Park, and Shakespeare and rock and roll didn't fit. So we moved our whole campus over to Samuel Graham Park, where we've been since 1989 to today's date. Through that time, we've not only done Shakespeare in the summertime and outdoor festivals, we started adding a fall performance about 5 years ago, and we produce it in our campus at Samuel Graham Amphitheater and also up at Addison Circle Park.
Shakespeare in the Park is one of the most popular and beloved cultural programs in Dallas. Providing accessible and educational programs is central to Shakespeare Dallas's mission.
Well, the mission of Shakespeare Dallas is to provide accessible Shakespeare to everyone. And we do that in a variety of capacities. We have our flagship series, which is Shakespeare in the Park. And then that's the main thing that everybody knows us for. It's the close to free Shakespeare in the Park programming. It's a donation 4 nights of our week, and then 2 nights it's a paid admission ticket, but it's really accessible program. It's the big outdoor, bring your family, bring your picnic basket, bring all your stuff in and set down a blanket and watch a show for next to nothing under the stars. And so that's our main program.
2 households, both alike in dignity, in fair Verona, where we lay our scene. From ancient grudge break to new mutiny, where civil blood makes civil hands unclean. From forth the fatal loins of these 2 foes, a pair of star-crossed lovers take their life, whose misadventured piteous overthrows doth with their death bury their parents' strife. The fearful passage of their death-marked love, and the continuance of their parents' rage, which but their children's end naught could remove, is now the 2 hours' traffic of our stage, the which, if you with patient ears attend, what here shall miss, our toil shall strive to mend.
I will omit no opportunity to convey my greetings, love, to thee.
Oh, thinkst thou we shall ever meet again?
I doubt it not, and our woes shall serve for sweet discourses in our times to come.
Shakespeare Dallas also reaches out to students in 2nd through 12th grades with the program Shakespeare on the Go.
Shakespeare on the Go is a targeted tour that goes into campuses throughout DISD and some of the outside school districts, and we take a program called All the World's a Stage, performed by 4 actors, and they go onto a campus and they basically put on a Shakespeare play from the moment that they audition to final performance. And what makes it key for young people, grades 3 through 6, is that they get to be part of the performance as well. So we get volunteers from the audience to come up and do an audition. They get up and learn how to do a little bit of stage combat, and finally they participate in the final scene of the show, which is a performance from the end of Midsummer Night's Dream. It's really fun, really accessible, and very fast-paced. So we're able to hold on to those young people's attention in a great way.
Working with kids, you have to have a very specified approach to how you hand them Shakespeare, varying ranges, varying intellectual understandings. And I had seen a lot of what does work and what doesn't work in terms of trying to reach kids with Shakespeare. So that was kind of the basis for how I started building my first show with them, and I've been doing it ever since. This is something I firmly believe in, is we really keep it as contemporary as we can. The language is still pure Shakespeare. The stories are still pure Shakespeare, but we find ways to add a contemporary sensibility to the way the scenes are put in front of the kids, maybe costuming, attitudes, popular music from today. And what I also believe that does is that really creates a parallel to the issues that Shakespeare wrote about and the issues that we have today. They're really not so different.
At the heart of everything that Shakespeare Dallas does are the words of William Shakespeare. Raphael Perry believes that there is something for everyone in the works of William Shakespeare.
For me, the most important thing for an audience to take or feel after a show is a sense of community, the feeling that they've been entertained completely. And I'd like for them to talk about it afterwards. I'd like for them to go away and tell their friends and neighbors, I had this wonderful experience at Shakespeare Dallas. We went to see a performance outdoors, and the performance was great. We had a great time. And I think what's wonderful about Shakespeare is so many of his themes are so common to all of us that I really enjoy getting letters or emails from folks saying, it really touched my heart, or I cried, or it was very thought-provoking, or I have a parent like that, or my sister's just like that. It really made me think of them. So I would hope that the theater performance kind of enters their life in a way, and that they take that away with them. Not only the joys, but maybe some of the sorrows. So there's a bit of a catharsis that happens when you see a play at Shakespeare Dallas.
Shakespeare Dallas is clearly one of Dallas's most valued and vital cultural treasures.
Well, we've got a lot of dreams and plans. I think one of the most important things is, as a company, we're finding out that as one of the primary providers of Shakespeare in Dallas and one of the sole companies performing outdoors Shakespeare's work, that there's a lot of demand for our company, not only in Dallas, but in surrounding areas. So what we'd hope to do is spend a little more of our time and energy visiting some of our neighbors up north, maybe touring a little bit. I know touring internationally is something that's really engaging me. Shakespeare's performed around the world, and Dallas holds a very special place throughout the world as almost a mythological place. So the idea of being able to take Shakespeare Dallas on a tour to Europe, to Eastern Europe, to Russia, to China, I think would be a really wonderful opportunity for us to do some cultural exchange with other companies and countries with this playwright who's the most produced playwright in the world.
You've seen the artwork, now meet the artist. When we come back, we'll meet Dallas-based public artist Art Garcia.